Oh, my fingers. What's going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend, because this is the second of 2 new movies coming out this week, and it's for us horror fans, and that is Evil Dead Burn. Got back from seeing Evil Dead Burns, and let me just say, it's definitely better than Moana. It's the newest Evil Dead movie, third movie in this Evil Dead remake era that they're doing. Started with 2013, and then we had Evil Dead Rise, and now we got Burn. Let me just say, is the movie good? For horror fans, this movie is exactly what you guys have been waiting and expecting. Like I said, it gives you all that Evil Dead gore that you all love and shit. Oh my god, the brutality is just crazy. I just found myself watching this movie and I was really liking the road because people's fingers were getting broke the fuck off, and it's a lot. For us horror fans, horror junkies, we're gonna be eating good this weekend, because Evil Dead Burn definitely gave me that jolt of like, yes, horror summer is here. Don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the year, but it's a good horror movie. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get to the good and bad, why I feel like Evil Dead Burn is officially in theaters now. If you're a horror fan, you're going to like it. If you're just a casual movie fan who doesn't mind blood, guts, and gore, I think you'll enjoy this movie too. Here's why. I'm off adding in the movie. I'm not going to pretend I know any of the actors and actresses' names, but I will say the performances were pretty done well, and I will say my main chick, girl number one, she was business. Plus, she was hot too, so when you can get a hot girl as your main survival final girl, that ain't bad. Matter of fact, Evil Dead's been kind of on a good track record with like final girls, so they kept going with Burn. She was getting it done. I liked her character, and I actually feel like this is like the first Evil Dead movie that actually feels like the story is kind of like deeper than just people getting possessed. And I found myself like when the opening credits was going, I was like, wait a minute, New Line Cinema? Has New Line always done Evil Dead? And when it came on and when the movie was over, I was just like, you know what? It feels like New Line was like, hey, Evil Dead Burn, what we did for Final Destination Bloodlines, do for this movie. And there you go. Okay, plot in the movie, like I said, this movie goes a little bit deeper than your usual, like, okay, someone reads the Book of the Dead and they get possessed and now folks gotta deal with it. It's a little bit deeper than that, because it follows a family and their son pretty much got murdered and shit, and now it's like the Deadites are trying to get this artifact that just happens to be in the house, that happens to be connected to this particular family, so now the family's pretty much gotta survive the Deadites and not let them get this thing. Like I said, it's a little bit deeper than just like, oh, read from the Book of the Dead, the next thing you know, people are possessed, and next people are getting killed. Like it's not even that for real, because the Book of the Dead's not even in the movie. Yeah, it's the Evil Dead movie, and the Book of the Dead is actually in it. It's referenced, but like, you know how they always read that, you know, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Yeah, that's like not in the movie. Like someone almost like says it because it like the incantations in the movie, but they never fully finish the incantations. So it's like, oh, okay, the Deadites just ain't coming out of nowhere and shit. Deadites are like specifically targeting this family for plot specific purposes. That's the simple version. Okay, good in the movie. It's a horror movie. So how's that gore? It's great. Loved it. But stay away from the trailer. I will say the first half of this movie, like I said, while it is fun seeing the stuff you saw in the trailers in its full, you know, unedited, all bloody and gory form, it's fun, but at the same time, it's still kind of like, okay. I knew there was going to be a moment where someone would get their fingers slammed in the car door, like I knew it, but it's like the execution of the way it was just happening so fast, you're just caught up in the moment, and then it happens, and you're like, there it was, and it still hurt. Some of the better kills are kind of like spoiled in the trailer, so the second half of the movie, when it is like going down and shit, it is really like, it's crazy, but it never, for me, this might be like a nitpick, but it's a review, so hold on with me. I still carry 2013's Evil Dead as like that's still like the top, the pinnacle. And I feel like this movie, while it's better than Rise, in my opinion, these movies still suffer from that third act that's just kind of like, it wants to outdo 2013's, but it just never can. I don't know what it is. Like, it follows the same formula with, you know, the final Deadite going against the final girl. Like, that's what all these movies are. That ain't a spoiler. That's what it is. It's just like the execution of it is never going to be as good as 2013. Maybe that's just me. It's not on top of it. But this was like a close second, because I thought that was better than Rise, where they was like, you know, fucking spiders and shit. This one, well, that wasn't as great, because I'm not going to spoil it. I know that the gore is crazy. Another good thing, I got to give this movie all the praise. The camera work and the cinematography, best in the franchise. Like, there were shots in this movie that I was just like, that would never be done in an Evil Dead movie ever. This is like something out of like fucking Mortal Kombat or something, or Insidious, and I loved it. So that was really refreshing to see, and when you see it, it stands out, because there's one particular moment in a bathroom with the main girl and another character, and she gets like yoked up by the Deadite and like a shower curtain. The way that camera like kind of flipped and shit, I was like, Whoa, in my horror movie, one more of that. I had any bad to say about the movie is it feels a little long, like a little long-winded. Only hour 50 long, plus it does have 2 post-credit scenes, so maybe that's why it kind of feels like, okay, the movie could have ended like maybe 10 minutes ago. This kind of movie's kind of all wrapped up and everything. Like I said, there's a post-credit scene that like harkens back to a previous Evil Dead movie, and all the fans of that movie are going to be like, oh fuck yeah, man, that was great. At the end of the day, Evil Dead Burn was a movie that I feel horror fans are going to have a great time with it. Evil Dead fans will have a good time with it. So overall, we're having a good time at the movie. Horror fans, acting in the movie was serviceable. The plot was pretty good, and the horror was just as good as it needed to be. And like I said, 2 post-credit scenes, stick around for that. Can't go wrong. I had a great time with it. That being said, I'm going to say, yeah, strong rating. I'm going to say that Evil Dead Burn, definitely a very good, strong 8 out of 10, which is definitely worth seeing at full admission. Evil Dead Burn, especially in theaters now. If you want to see it, go see it, and you will have a good time. I promise. And as always, subscribe. Until next time.